So I have been playing video games since I was about 6 years old. And I stopped playing video games at the age of 24 because I got my concussion, which ended up lasting for 1.5 years. And I decided to continue stopping because I have now found out how bad it actually is for your health and for your decision making. Um, it's not like it's damaging for your health in any ways. It just makes you less likely to do the right decisions, take the right actions towards the things you actually want to do, the goals you have, and also just the things that you should be doing. Um, and well, let's first start with my video game. I have played mostly console gaming. I have played a bit PC, World of Warcraft, League of Legends, some single player games. I've played Hearthstone, or how you would like to pronounce it. I've always been like, I don't know how to pronounce it. And PC, a lot of single player games. I've played also online games like Call of Duty and FIFA, the soccer game. And then I've played like fantasy games, sci-fi games, really enjoyed those. Some AAA games, blockbusters, Witcher, Assassin's Creed, yada yada, you name it. I have been there, and I did enjoy it. It's fantastic games, really good story, and really good graphics, really good gameplay. Most of them, some of the gameplay or some of the games I've played were like absolute garbage, and I was like, why am I playing this game? um, so really enjoyed it, and that's the reason why I decided to stop it, because in the end, I was only just sitting playing video games. I was not uh, accomplishing anything except for what I accomplished in the video games. And that didn't, transcend into my everyday life. It was just, when it comes down to it, a waste of time in my eyes. Because I would do all these amazing things as an amazing and cool character in a game. And in my real life, I would be a shitty person, shy of everything, didn't want to talk to anybody, just wanted to play video games. And honestly, I hated myself when I didn't play video games. I only just wanted to play video games to escape from my life. And it's not like I know, but I think that a lot of people feel the same way, this escapism from the real life, because the characters and the worlds that you can escape into are much more exciting and intriguing than the life that you live yourself. And I think I mean, I really hated it. I think it was very sad for my younger self that I had this urge to escape into other worlds because I didn't like, myself, and didn't like the life I was living. And I really think that's wrong in some sense, that you should like your life, you should like yourself. But when you come out, when you play as these amazing characters, you like, well, what the what the fuck can I do to all these amazing characters? Why can't I be like them? And I mean, you can't. That's why they're so amazing. They're, of course, in the many newer games, there's characters like Geralt from The Witcher and Kratos from God of War, which of course are amazing characters, but they also have their flaws. And I think that's kind of cool in some way, that they not have, Superman, his only flaw is kryptonite, and that's all he got. That's another story. But just in the essence of uh, creation, character creation, yeah. Um, that some characters in the past, they were just like amazing characters with no flaws at all. And I think that's wrong, because that gives a wrong picture of how people can see, because it's fiction, it's not real. None of it is real. None of the characters are real. I mean, they're based on human beings and real characters, human traits and so on, but it's not real. It's written, it's made of. It's the same with movies. It's not real, it's written. Oh my God, did it just end my episode there? Maybe not. I hope we're back. um, so I'm just like, I would encourage you to get out of this zone. I don't know what is going on. But don't we remain? Okay. I think we're still good to go. I would say that instead of escape into these worlds, I would say escape into the real world and escape into your own life. Escape into your own life and become the person you've always dreamt of and the person you want to be. And actually, it's not very hard. What you have to do is that you have to picture the person you want to be, the person you dream of. And then you have to think about, what do this person do? What is he or she doing in order to be or accomplish the things that they do? And then the simple thing is just doing that. That's basically it. And I heard this pretty recently, and I really, really strongly agree with it. But the difficult thing is to do what you should do, because at the beginning it's very difficult. I have found out this myself, that doing things that you don't know how to do is very difficult and it's very scary. But everything is like that in the beginning. It's called practice and mastery also when you become really good. And the only way that this happens is when you do the thing and keep on doing it and not stop doing it. And that's how you improve, how you grow as a person and in a skill and so on. I mean, I just think that people, instead of escaping into video games, they should escape into their own life and start becoming more interested in themselves, instead of just keep living life through a video game or through a book or a movie or celebrity. I mean, it has many faces. I just chose video games because that's what I have put a lot of my time into. So I stopped, and since then, I mean, I had my concussion, but I have gotten pretty well lately, and I simply just love working, because honestly, when you play video games, you do not, in yourself, but the character you play as do a lot of work that you make him do. So instead of making a fictional character do all the work, you should make yourself do the work instead, and improving in a lot of skills and areas in your life, because then you grow as a person and then you just becomes better and you can do more things, and I mean, duh, do it. It's fantastic. And it is in some way that life is a video game. I've heard, I mean, there are many YouTubers that have made videos and thumbnails and titles about this: live life like a video game. And I think it's funny because, I mean, video games are in some way based on life or inspired by life, that you do things, you build things, or at least back in the day where we were not as modern as we are today, or technological. I cannot say that word, but advanced in technology. Um, People had to, make their own food, sow their own wheat, and harvest it, and sell it, and get milk from the neighbor, and so on. And people have had a purpose, because without each other, they would not survive. So, and people did the same thing, and they become better and better and better and mastered their skill. And I think that's what we have to go back to, because with video games, there's not really any purpose in life except for what fictional characters do. But when you get all of these things out of your life and you start working and you start improving yourself and get some kind of meaningful thing to do, life becomes just so much better, and you feel purposeful, and the thing that you just do all the time doesn't seem like a hassle, because you actually like doing it all the time. And I pretty recently started working again, after my concussion. It's about a month ago. About a month ago. And I had to get into it in the start, but now I'm at a point where I can just smash it. And my boss actually wrote to me today after my shift and said, "Man, Christopher, you're awesome. You're like a machine." And I feel, I mean, that's not the reason why I do it. For her to, I cannot remember, but for her to say nice things about my work, I mean, that's a side effect of it. I do it because I want to improve, first and foremost at the work, but I also want to improve as a human being, being able to just do the work without asking questions or without moaning, but just doing it and keep on doing it and improve my stamina and my stamina to just keep doing more and more and more, which is how you improve. I am honestly really inspired by David Goggins' book, Can't Hurt Me, where he just smashes everything he touches. I almost feels like in the army when he was in Hell Week, when he was out stationed in wars and so on. He was just this amazing, in my eyes, amazing guy who didn't give up or anything. He just kept on going, no matter the odds. And I really think that's inspiring, and at least it is to me. And I promise I will do my thoughts on Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. And I really want to read also Never Finished by him as well. Um, but everything at its own time. So why I don't think you should play video games, I've touched a bit upon it, because it will make you being able to, first of all, you will get a lot of time. I don't know how much time you spend on playing video games, but it would be at least 1 hour a day, maybe more. I mean, I have had some days in weekends where I have had 10-hour sessions during the day, maybe even more. And I remember after those 10-hour sessions, I felt miserable, completely and utterly miserable, because I just wanted to keep playing video games. And that's the thing about what happens, because when you play video games, your dopamine level just increases. So when you play it for 10 hours, your dopamine level is really, really high for a very long time. And then it drops instantly when you stop playing and you hate it and you just want to go back up at that high dopamine level. And then the next day happen and you hate going to school, you hate going to work, because you just want to have this high dopamine level because that's your new standard. And that's just so sad, because it's in school and in work that we learn and we grow, doing the things that we just have to keep on doing and improving, so we can do new things, better things, do the same thing better. And so what I would encourage you to do is to stop playing video games and focus on the things you should be focusing on. Just ordinary tasks, which will become easier when you stop, when you take all these dopamine, which is dopamine activities, which is video games included, take them out of your life and just keep on going with your life and do the things that you actually should be doing to progress and to improve in your life. And that's just what I think. But I really, really encourage you, because since I've stopped doing all these things, and since I've started doing the right things, I have felt so much better, and I have felt the best in my life ever. I'm in a place right now where I just feel really, really good, actually, and I just smash myself as much as at work as possible. And when I'm home, I also have so many things to do, because I still want to live healthy and I want to improve. And I don't listen very much to audiobooks or read at the moment, which is kind of sad, but I hope that will come in time when I get more used to my work and get more used to the workload and can increase it. So yeah, I really encourage you to do it, because I'm just going to keep doing it and I'm just going to keep improving because I freaking love it. And yeah, I think I'm going to end it there. I don't have much else to say, to be honest. So I think it was a very good episode, and I am not sure what to talk about next. Guess we'll see. It's gonna be very interesting, at least I think so.